Hi, my name is Brigid Duffield, and on behalf of the DuPage County Bar Association, we're here today to present legal action. Our guests this afternoon are Judge Anderson and Blanche Fawell. We will be talking today about the recently implemented family court system in DuPage County. Judge Anderson, there's quite a lot of people that are involved in the development of this program. Could you describe a little bit about how it came to be and who those people are?
Sure. When I had the good fortune to be appointed the presiding judge of the Domestic Relations Division, I went to our chief judge, Judge Michael Galasso, and asked him if he would have any objection to me exploring this idea of family court. And he indicated that he would be very open to me exploring that idea. And we set up a task force to look into the process. The honorary co-chairs of the task force were Senator Pate Phillip and Lee Daniels, Representative Lee Daniels, who's now the minority leader in the House of Representatives here in the Illinois legislature. And the chairs of the task force were Blanche Fawell, who sits to my right, and Keith Roberts, who's also an attorney who practices in Wheaton, and regretfully he's not able to be with us today, otherwise I'm sure he'd be here as well. I went to Blanche and to Keith, and we sat down and put our heads together and came up with all of the groups, or tried to come up with all of the possible groups that were involved in the court system. And ultimately, the state's attorney of DuPage County, Joe Burkett, the public defender, Steve Baker, representatives from the Department of Children and Family Services, representatives from the County Probation Department, representatives from the DuPage County Bar Association, representatives of various social service groups that participate in the court process, and then private citizens who aren't involved in the court process. We brought a wide group of people together to sit down and to first look at how our current system worked, then look at options that might be available. And we had the good fortune to get some funding and some help from the county board. We had a representative of the county board who was a participant in the task force. We also had State Representative Judy Biggert participated in the task force, as well as Senator Kirk Dillard. And all of them brought some information to us and brought resources to bear on our behalf. The Department of Children and Family Services, their director, a man named Jess McDonald, was very interested in the idea, and the Department of Children and Family Services has helped fund various parts of our exploration and various parts of this initiative. So the task force began work and met for a 9-month period of time. During that time, we took testimony from people who had gone through the court process. We explored the options from other states. We looked at what we do in Illinois. And we all sat down and we talked extensively about what would be the right direction to go in. And was there a way to better coordinate what we were doing? And as we talked about what we were doing, we came to the conclusion that we needed to set what one of our task force members called benchmarks. We needed to look at what were the goals that we were trying to reach. And we came up with 3 different goals of things that we felt that in an ideal world, there were 3 things that we wanted to accomplish by way of this pilot project. First, we wanted to have cases move through the system faster. Both Blanche and I can tell you stories about cases that regrettably have gone on too long, and children and families are really under stress. They're under intense pressure, and a lot of times people who are wonderful people do terrible things as their families are going through the court process. I've heard it said that in the criminal courts you sometimes see bad people or people who've made bad mistakes at their best. In family courts, you often see good people at their worst, and you see them doing terrible things to their spouses, terrible things to their children. And if we could make the process go quicker, then we felt that that would be a good thing. We also wanted to make it more cost-effective. Not just cost-effective for the system, although that's certainly a consideration, but cost-effective for the families that are going through the process. And families often have to take several days off of work during the course of a month. For example, if there's a criminal case going on, a divorce case going on, and a juvenile case going on, families could have to take sometimes 3 days off of work for a month, and they'd have to go to different courtrooms on different days. If we can consolidate that and just have them take 1 day and come to court, then think about the time that they can spend at work, the money that they wouldn't lose by having to take time off work, the daycare issues that will be avoided. So we hope that this will be more cost effective both for the system as well as for the families that go through it. In addition, we wanted to better coordinate and have better is a difficult word to use because it's hard to quantify what's better or not, but we wanted the results to be better and more coordinated for the children and families. And as I was saying a moment ago, under our current system, these families are in front of different judges, sometimes as many as 3 different judges on 3 different days. And because of the high volume of cases that all of us as judges have, it's really difficult to coordinate and know what's going on in these other areas. If we can put everything together in one place at one time, we think that there'll be a better picture of the problems that the family faces, and that we'll be able to give better direction to these families in terms of their future and how they ought to go forward once the court process is over with.
It sounds like what you're saying, Blanche, is that one of the objectives is to have one judge for the family, handling a variety of different issues that come up. Is that correct?
That's true, and I think besides the fact that they'll only have to come to court hopefully one time, appear in front of one judge, we won't be going over the same facts over and over in different arenas.
As Blanche was saying, it certainly wasn't the norm in every case, but there were enough cases, as we talked as a group about it, where different judges had entered different orders. A judge, for example, in juvenile court might enter one order in regard to visitation, and a judge in divorce court might enter a different order. And for the families trying to figure that out, and for the agencies that had to enforce the orders, it could really be a difficult problem. This isn't to say that our system is bad. It isn't to say that our system isn't doing a good job. But this group of people, and I admire them for it, decided that we could do a better job.
Were there any benchmarks, or are there any other examples of this type of a situation or this type of a court process being implemented in any other arenas that you're aware of?
You've mentioned New Jersey, I believe.
Right. There's approximately 14 different places in the United States that are trying this right now. New Jersey's been doing it for a significant period of time. Hawaii has been doing it for a significant period of time. We're the first court system in the state of Illinois to try this, although there are a couple of other parts of the Illinois system that are in the process of examining this and setting up programs. But we're very fortunate to be the first in Illinois to give this a try. We did have the benefit of consultants from New Jersey who assisted us and gave us their thoughts and ideas. We also had the opportunity, myself and 2 other people had the opportunity to go to New Jersey thanks to the American Bar Association. They funded a trip out there, and we participated in a program that they set up in the state of New Jersey for us to take a look at family court, and that gave us a lot of good ideas and gave us a lot of, I think, helped us formulate the way that we were going to follow.